Aspen Lee, a typical teenage girl. Each day she goes to school, participates in clubs and activities, and plays sports.
Well, as I told you before, I'm in a Girl Scout troop. I play soccer. I love them both. I love to go to the beach all the time. Like, those are my major hobbies. But otherwise, I just do like every other kid does.
But being like everyone else can be a challenge.
This is what your hand looks like inside your mom's stomach when you're 4 weeks old. And I started to have blood clots, which stops the blood from flowing in your hand. So unfortunately, it stopped growing in my mom's stomach, and when I came out, it turned out like this.
With this comes difficulties, because for Aspen, everyday tasks are not so easy.
She's picked up and worked hard at figuring things out on her own. I would say on occasion, like cutting a piece of steak or little things, but for the most part, she'll figure it out on her own, or she'll come to me. Once in a while, something with her hair, or, you know, but for the most part, she figures things out.
Over at her house in like 2nd grade, and she was tying her shoes and she was having a little trouble, but she insisted on doing it herself, and she did it.
But it's not only about the physical hardships, it's also about fitting in and being accepted.
I remember one time last year, an 8th grader, she was walking in the halls and she was like, "Oh my God, look at her hand, look at her hand!" And I was looking around to see it for myself too. But then I know she was looking at me and she was telling all her friends, and it was kind of embarrassing.
Even though others see her hand as a major disability, Aspen doesn't view it that way. And that may be because her mom is right behind her for support.
For example, when she was young, climbing on the monkey bars, you'd say, well, she can't do that, she doesn't have 2 hands. She would just use the crook of her arm. But then I realized she would get all red, and I'd say, okay, it's time to get off.
And when you mention Aspen's names to teachers and friends, her small hand doesn't even come to mind.
She's a good athlete, she's good at school, pretty girl, very nice. I mean, she's the total package.
Just fun being around her because she's so nice, and like it just rubs off on you, like she makes you smile.
In addition to being an everyday kid, she also has a passion for protecting the environment. Just last year, she volunteered her time to help save injured sea turtles.
I went to Marathon, Florida, to the Sea Turtle Hospital and in the Keys, and we made a project on it with me and my friend, my co-partner Bianca. And we wrote a whole research project on it, on how pollution is killing the sea turtles, on how the entanglement and everything.
While her hand could have been an obstacle too big to overcome, Aspen has conquered it and has truly beaten the odds. Jenny Tintner, Broward T News.